I've already told him that I'm willing to serve. And this is Donald Trump's presidency, and it's his cabinet, and it's his senior team to name. I just think the major criteria will be loyalty to him.
It's not something that I'm talking about right now.
Right now, I'm pretty happy where I am. So it would have to be something where I believe that only I could do that properly.
The phone hasn't rung in my office. If it does, I'll clearly take the call.
Yes, answering the transition question, whether you're going to be in or out. A lot of those folks will likely be in some capacity, but we don't know for sure. We do know that one thing happened today, that Governor Chris Christie was demoted, if you will, to vice chair of the transition team, and Mike Pence, the incoming vice president-elect, is now the head of that team. We also have heard that Reince Priebus, the current RNC chairman, is in the running and pretty high on the totem pole for chief of staff. Back with the panel. George, your thoughts?
Well, speculation is enormous fun. We've heard, for example, the speculation that Kelly Ayotte, senator just defeated in New Hampshire to be Secretary of Defense. She's good defense credentials. She's a great friend of Lindsey Graham and John McCain, the three amigos on the subject. However, that is the hardest management job in the Western world. Inter-service rivalries, procurement process, getting 20-year development of weapon systems to match threats not even on the horizon yet. She was Attorney General of New Hampshire. She'd make a wonderful Attorney General for a Department of Justice that has, through its lackadaisical approach to the IRS scandal and other matters, forfeited the confidence of a lot of Americans.
Well, it seems like Donald Trump, at least through the campaign, valued loyalty the most. And somebody like Kelly Ayotte, who did not support him, lost her seat in New Hampshire. Perhaps because of that, we saw other candidates who did. What about others who maybe are outside? Do you get a sense that there might be some surprise picks here?
No. I don't think so. I think just looking at Trump, I think really when he's angry with you, forget it, you're off the list. And when, you know, you've helped him or you've supported him, like Rudy Giuliani, he loves you and you're going to have a place. Three of the names that bothered me and should, I think, bother people that voted for him because he wasn't a Washington guy, because he wasn't a politician, because he wasn't an inside the Beltway establishment person, Newt Gingrich, Jeff Sessions, Bob Corker. These are all establishment people. So I'm curious if a lot more names like that, and even these names will make some people feel like they'd been had, if you will. But I am encouraged to see at least one female in the lineup.
Well, I think there'll be more when push comes to shove. But you have to run the government. You have to have some people who are not all from the outside. You have to have somebody who knows where the skeletons are buried.
Well, and I think that, you know, we're seeing a scramble largely because nobody thought that he was going to win, and I think even, you know, a lot of people on his own campaign didn't think that, you know, they believed the prevailing argument that he was not going to win. So there's a scramble right now, but I would actually, though, be surprised if he doesn't reach out and pick people that haven't not necessarily been loyal to him, simply because he really does have to sort of close that gap. It's more important to him to close that gap than it is for Kelly Ayotte.
General Jack Keane, never know, he could be in that mix. Might as well keep throwing out names, right? George, lightning round. Winners and losers for the cycle, for the election cycle.
Winner is the Federalist Society, a national network of law students, law professors, and lawyers of conservative disposition, asked to provide a list along with the Heritage Foundation. They gave a list to Mr. Trump. The one thing we know he has to do, and do soon, is replace the Antonin Scalia, fill that seat, and he's going to do it probably from a list they provided. The big loser, obviously, was Barack Obama, who said over and over again, "My legacy is on the ballot." Hillary Clinton says, "I promise continuity with Barack Obama," and the public said emphatically, "No thanks."
All right, Leslie, winner and loser.
Okay, don't faint and just hear me out, all right? Winner Hillary Clinton, because she was the first woman on a major ticket to run for the presidency, and I think some of those little girls that I have seen online writing in the chalk may be our president someday. I am hopeful for that for my daughter and for the future. Losers, I think, are the people that stayed home, especially Bernie or Bus types that were, you know, wanting certain things, you know, very heavy into climate change, and they wanted that free tuition, and they wanted a break with their student loans, and maybe now they're going to have to go live in their parents' basements for real.
Winner is Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who for the first time has a Republican House, Republican Senate, and a Republican in the White House. And people owe him a huge debt of gratitude, because if he had not held up Merrick Garland, it would not have made the Supreme Court nominee such an important issue in this election, and those Republicans would not have come back.
And quickly, loser?
Loser, Bernie Sanders, because he blew it. I mean, he had it and he blew it.